Okay, now let's name amides. Oh, this is wrong altogether. This is an amide. Ooh, you didn't correct that on the other videos. Amide. This is the functional group that we need to be working on. All right. So, again, in this derivatives, we're replacing the OH in the carboxylic acid now, in this case, with nitrogen. And it can have alkyl groups attached or not. So let's start naming the simplest one and moving on. And so this, remember the parent carboxylic acid is acetic acid. So a common name for that would be acetamide. We'll simply add that termination amide to that. So acetamide or ethanamide, saying 1, 2 carbons, right? Ethanamide. So now, the parent acid is benzoic acid. Remember, that's a phenyl ring. So then this is going to be benzamide. Now, this one, the parent acid would be cyclohexane carboxylic acid. So let's write it down. Cyclohexane carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. All right, so this is going to be cyclohexane carboxamide. So we're going to be using this part in the word carboxamide. So let's squeeze it in. Okay, now more examples of that. This one over here. Let's say we have carbon number 1, 2, and 3, in similar to what we have done before. Carbon number 1 is the carbon in the carbonyl group. The only difference is in this case is where carbon number 1 is this. And for example, if I had a chlorine here, then this would be 3-chloro, cyclohexane carboxamide. Now in this case, this is your carbon number 1, so this is 3-methyl, and then 4 carbons, so butanamide. Okay, now in these examples we have substituents at the nitrogen. When this is the case, we need to name that substituent. So and if there are substituents in other places, we also need to name it. But in this case, our substituent is in the ends, in the nitrogen. So I'm going to say here N, locating the substituent. So N-methyl, let's do another color here. Big N, methyl. And again, this is 1, 2, and 3. So that's propanamide. All right. In the example below, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's butanamide, but this is N, so you need to list the N twice because you have 2 metals in the nitrogen. So the name for that, let's put it over here, will be N, N, dimethyl, because there's 2, right? Dimethyl, and then butanamide. And my last example here is a solvent that we use a lot, and particularly, for example, in SN2 reaction. This is coming from common name formic acid. So let's write formic acid is the simplest acid. We'll have only 1 carbon. And formic acid, common name, come from formica because this is the acid that the ants have. And when they bite you, that feeling that you have is due to the formic acid. And its scientific name's formica, so formic acid. But this is also methanoic acid, right? It's only one carbon. Methanoic acid. And what we have here is the amide from formic acid. So this is formamide. But now I have metal and metal. So this is called N-dimethyl, and I'm going to write it in the bottom, formamide, or methanamide, but we say formamide, and you will see this abbreviated in your reactions as DMF, dimethyl formamide.